Hi, welcome to this core strength yoga class where we're going to use a medium mini resistance band throughout the class. You are welcome to use a lighter weight or a heavier weight band. I'm just recommending medium for today to suit most people. So although it's called core strength yoga, the core muscles are all those muscles that stabilize our torso. So it's everything from the shoulders all the way down through to the hips and the glutes. So it's not only the abdominals and the back muscles, it's all sorts of other muscles as well. So even though we are working our core muscles, we're still going to be doing stuff with arms and legs because it's all attached. So we're going to start today with our band around our forearms. So incidentally, just check your band to make sure there are no rips or frays or tears, to make sure it's safe enough to use. I don't want it to break, particularly when we're using it right in front of the face. So we're going to keep our resistance band a little active here. So we don't allow the band to sag. So keep that band on the forearms. And I'd like you to bend the elbows so the elbows are tucked in towards the ribs here. And we're simply pulling the hands apart from each other. And we'll do that a few times. Then I'd like you to start to straighten the arms and do the same thing, but then move the arms in different directions so that we're doing different stuff, this different pulling action to use all the muscles within, or a lot of the muscles within the shoulders and the back here. Okay, so from there, we're going to keep our ribs drawn in. So as we keep the ribs drawn in, we're going to keep that band active. And as we inhale, reach the arms up above the head. It doesn't matter how far the arms go, just so long as you can keep that band active and not allow the ribs to pop out. So I want those ribs to draw in. So let's exhale to lower it down and inhale to raise. So we're keeping that band active all the time. We're keeping those ribs drawn in all the time. Again, it doesn't matter how far your arms get. Just do as high as you can comfortably go without popping the ribs out or without finding it's painful or there's lots of discomfort in the shoulders. Next time you have those arms reached up towards the sky, we're going to keep that band active still and reach over to the right hand side. So it's up to you here. You can kick away, you can bump that hip away, that left hip, or you can keep it still so that we're getting that stretch in different places here. So you can reach on over to the left, maybe keep those hips still, and then maybe try bumping the hip out to the right, see which you fancy. And we're going to go for one more each direction. You can look down or you can look up or you can look wherever you like. And then we'll come on back to centre. Bring those hands down once again. We're going to bring our band now around our right foot. Now you may find if you're particularly tall or you've got a very strong band that you can't do this, the band might not be strong enough. So don't run the risk of breaking your band. So we're going to ground down through the feet and come on up to stand. I'd like you to keep this little hinge at the hips, keep the spine upright until you come on up to stand and then straighten out the legs. So just abandon this if your band isn't right for this bit. So we're going to keep those shoulders nice and relaxed and we're going to do those side bends again. So we're reaching our left hand down towards the floor here. So keep those ribs facing forwards here. So we're getting a side bend rather than a twist. And then we'll go on to the other side. So when you come to release the band, just bend the knees first and then hinge at the hips. We'll swap it on over to the other side. Make sure you keep those knees bent, keep the torso upright and then straighten the legs. So we're going to take that side bend, reaching that right hand down towards the floor. And try to resist that band pulling you in the other direction. Try and stay upright when you come back to centre. Okay, back to centre, bend those knees. All right, we're going to bring that band back onto our forearms just below the wrists. We're going to activate the band, ground down through the feet. Let's inhale, reach those arms up once more. And as we exhale, let's bring the hands all the way down to the floor. We're going to step it back, 2 or 4s. So we're going to keep that band active. So you may find the hands are wider than the shoulders as we normally have them in a cat-cow here. So we've got the knees underneath the hips. Take a few rounds of cat-cow. Keep that band active on the arms. As you inhale, draw the chest forwards. And as we exhale, arch the spine, tucking the chin. Take that cat-cow a couple more times, keeping that band active on the forearms. Inhaling to cow and exhaling to cat. Let's come on into neutral here. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to push it back to a downward facing dog. Feel free to move around or walk around in your down dog there, so you can bend one knee, straighten the other leg. And then nice and slowly, we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet. So we've got the band still on our arms, so we can't go too fast. When we come to a forward fold at the back of the mat, we're going to transfer our band onto our feet. So it's right in the sort of centre of the feet. You may need to shuffle the feet a little bit wider to activate that band now. So make sure the band is right around the centre of the feet. We're going to walk it forwards into our downward facing dog once again. And then we're going to wave it forwards to our plank pose. So our heels will lift off the floor. Make sure you're happy with your plank pose once you get there. And then take it back to your down dog again. Take it forwards to your plank. And back to your down dog. Now, as we take it forwards towards our plank again, we're going to bring our right knee forwards with us. Make sure you keep the toes drawn towards the shins, otherwise you'll lose your band. So right knee's coming towards right elbow, and then take it back. Take it forwards again, bring the left knee with you towards your left elbow, and then take it back. Let's do that once more. Right knee towards right elbow. Take it back, left knee towards left elbow, take it back. As we take it forwards this time, let's take right knee towards left elbow. Take it back, left knee towards right. Take it back. One more, taking the knee to the opposite elbow. And then come on back to your downward dog. Hold it there for a moment or two. And let's pop the knees down to the floor. So we're going to remove the band from the feet as we bring our feet forwards. So we're going to pop our band now across our thighs. So if you have a heavier band, this is its time to shine. So if you have the luxury of several different bands, then pop the heavier weight one on. So we're going to come to lie on the mat with that band around the thighs. So I'd like you to take your feet as wide as you need to keep that band active, so that our feet are, so that we don't need to pull the knees out away from each other to activate that band. So we've got the feet as wide as the knees. So we're going to pop the hands down to the floor. I'd like you to ground down through the heels. As you ground down through the heels, I'd like you to lift your bottom away from the floor a little bit. So already you've activated your core muscles, your abdominal core muscles. We're going to start to uncrease the front of our trousers here as we keep grounding down through the heels, uncreasing at the front here. We're going to keep that band active so the knees and the feet are at the same width away from each other. Take a full in-breath here at the top, and then as we exhale, we're going to lower down. But I'd like to keep that activation, so we're not just sinking the bottom straight down towards the floor. We're keeping nice and strong and active. So let's lift on back up again. And then lower it down. Now let's lift it back up. We're going to hold it at the top. We're going to keep grounding down through those feet. We're going to keep that band nice and active. And we're also going to feel like we're pulling the heels back towards the shoulders. So it's all going on. We've got really active legs and we're really using our glutes, and our hip flexors are opening here as well. On your next out breath, lower it all the way down. Good. So from here, hug the knees in towards the chest, and we're going to slide that band down onto the feet. So that band's across the feet again, just like it was in our downward dog. From here, we're going to bring the hands to the back of the head. So we're really resting the head heavy in the hands here. So we're going to just keep those knees tucked in for a little moment. We're going to lift the head away from the floor a touch. So I would like you to have this really heavy head in the hands, okay? We're not pulling the head up. So as we lift the head up, you may find you can lift the shoulders away from the floor a touch. That's completely optional. And I'd like you to keep this gap between the chin and the collarbones. We're not pulling the chin in, so our head's heavy into the hands. So from here, our lower back's flat into the floor. We're going to extend our right leg and pull our left knee in towards the chest. Then we're going to swap it. So keep your band active as you go. So you'll kind of do a little round sort of arch with the feet. So carry on going. If this is easy, lift up a little bit higher. If this is super hard, lower all the way down to the floor. I would like you to keep that lower back pushing into the mat all the time. Do as many of these as you like. And the lower you bring your heel down towards the floor, the more you'll be using those leg muscles and the more you'll be needing to use your core muscles. Okay, let's come on back to centre. Hug those knees into the chest. Well done. Then we can rock or push ourselves on all the way up to seated. Now we're keeping the band round our right foot and we're extending the legs out in front of us. So we've got both legs extended, bands around the right foot, and we're holding the band in the right hand. Left hand comes behind the head. Keep both of those toes flexed for me. We're going to pull that right elbow in towards the right side of the ribs. Then we're going to rotate towards the right. So the ribs are rotating towards the band. Turn to face forwards and release that band. Keep a little activity on the band. Pull the elbow back towards the ribs and rotate. Extend the band. Band pulls towards you and then rotate. Unrotate and loosen the band. So we'll carry on doing that a couple more times. Last one. And then we'll turn to face forwards. We'll loosen that band, hinge it forward, bend at the knees if you need to. We're going to pop the band onto the other leg. Take a hold of the band with the left hand. It's now on the left foot. Right hand is behind us. Keep those toes flexed up towards the ceiling. We're going to pull that band in so we've got the elbow towards the left side of the ribs. Rotate. Unrotate. Straighten the arm. Bend the elbow. Rotate. Unrotate. Straighten the arm. Let's do that a couple more times. And last one. Lovely. Release the hand, release the band. From here, leave the band to the side now. We'll just take a little moment or two, sat nice and upright here. We can bring the hands behind us to keep ourselves propped up here if you need to. Otherwise, we can bring the hands onto the shins. Or we can take a forward fold, and of course you are more than welcome to use your band to help you to find that place in your forward fold here. So it doesn't matter how far your forward fold is, Just keep nice and upright in the torso, drawing the chest forwards, keeping those back muscles doing some work for you. So of course the band is completely optional here. And from there, release the band if you used it. Come on back up to seated. Let's bend the knees, pop the feet down to the floor. Bring the hands behind you so you can lean back a little bit, and we'll just sway the knees side to side. Okay, lovely. Come on back to centre. And that is our core strength yoga practice done. Thank you.